It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next are the Texans' sure-handed wide receiver. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Texans and the Jaguars, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State at TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Ready.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville. From the 44, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Finds his man, it's John Mechie. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got Fuller. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. The Texans had 5 and 6 to start play. They were losers their last time out, trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home, but sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off play action, Turner. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Back to throw. Turner. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Turner throwing on 4th down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Lawrence will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Watch out for Hill on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On first down, Harrington. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards that time. A nice run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and then slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
To throw is Turner, throwing on first down. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a give right side. It's Harrington, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They begin the drive with Robinson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Texans offense set to regain possession. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
It'll almost push them to the break, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Harrington. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's Turner to throw on 2nd down. Cooks on the quick slant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Now Turner on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, it's complete. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Turner now looking to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Texans take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything. They're looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
This is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. and that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On second down now, it's Harrington. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
That's interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence sets up the screen to Robinson. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Turner. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Turner. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Off the play fake. Turner. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Turner throwing on fourth down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And he missed it. It's no good, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South as we head back here to Florida. Check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Lions out on top. Jared Goff has a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Marvin Jones, a touchdown reception. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. But the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harrington, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. The 71 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal. Time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll look to throw again. The quick slant caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Back to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
Lawrence.
Man open, here is Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 33 yards that time.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Gay's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. Harrington, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Up the middle they go. It's Harrington, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff up the middle. Harrington. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Up the middle they go. It's Harrington, and he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Now Lawrence to throw. That one complete downfield to Kirk.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 30 yards.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got the connection to Moore. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Lawrence will throw. Touchdown, Jaguars! Evan Ingram from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And here comes the Texans now. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 113 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He completes it to Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harrington, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Operating from the gun. Turner. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lawrence. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. On 1st down, Lawrence. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Again, it's Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. That is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Texans back out there and ready to go. CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harrington. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Houston, the win gets them back to 500 and 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.